Now, as failed negotiator John Kerry continues to deliver what is a cruel and crushing job-killing message to American oil, gas, energy workers, Kerry wants everyone to know that despite all the major economic sacrifices you have to make to deliver on his green energy fantasies and his stupid Paris Accord agreement that China and India, they're developing nations, we pay all the money and we meet all the rigid standards, but not them. Under no circumstances, though, can he give up his private jet. He says he has no choice but to fly in his beautiful private jet, I think, to Iceland.
On that issue, pollution, I understand that you came here with a private jet. Is that an environmental way to travel?
If you offset your carbon, it's the only choice for somebody like me who is traveling the world to win this battle.
I'm doing it for the world. I'm sucking it up all for the world. So according to John Kerry, you, American families, we the little people, well, you're going to have your lives destroyed because of Biden and Kerry and AOC's extremist climate fantasies. And American oil, gas, energy workers, you know, that have career jobs, that pay six figures, that let them put money away, buy a nice house, new truck, whatever car, whatever they want, live in nice neighborhoods. You're going to lose all that. He is under no such obligation to give up his cushy private plane. It's not for practical for someone like me. Oh, because he's saving the world. What arrogance, what condescension, and are you totally cut off? Are you missing the switch of what life is like for the people that do really make the country great every day, that work hard, play by the rules, obey the laws, pay their taxes, raise their kids, and do pretty much all the hard work and living in the country? Couldn't be more obvious. You might lose your job, but he gets to keep his pollution-emitting private plane no matter what. And, of course, it's not the first time we caught a Learjet liberal in an act of blatant hypocrisy. Yeah, that's Al Gore back in 2007, getting off his Gulfstream that seats, 12, 14 people, only 2 people on the plane at San Francisco Airport. At the same time, he was making dire predictions about the end of the planet and then jumping into a chauffeur-driven limousine. Here for reaction, this could be priceless. Louisiana Senator John Kennedy. Sir, welcome back. It's been a while. Senator, your take.
Well, Sean, I try to see grace everywhere I can. So while I'm going to say this firmly, I want to say it gently. I think the American people are so tired of being lectured by the managerial elite. The entrenched politicians, the media, the academics, the corporate phonies, the tuna tartar crowd who live in the expensive condos with the high ceilings and the important art on the wall, who think they're better than the American people, who think they're smarter and more virtuous than the American people, and who think they are special and that the rules don't apply to them. I remember the late Marilyn Monroe said one time, she said, if you're going to be two-faced, at least make sure one of them is pretty. And George Burns, a famous comedian years ago, used to say, the key to success is sincerity. Fake that, and you've got it made. I'm not saying that Secretary Kerry isn't sincere, and I'm not saying he doesn't care about the environment. I think he does. But you got to walk the walk, man. Respect has to be earned. It's not a participation trophy. And when the Secretary says, look, I'm a busy, important guy, he is, so the rules don't apply to me, you don't earn respect that way. If I were the Secretary, I would respectfully suggest to him that he park the private plane.
Why don't we ground all of the private jets that we, the people, pay for all of these cabinet secretaries? Now, you know this little truth. I don't think most people do know. We've got whole fleets of private jets, don't we, Senator, that we, the taxpayer, pay for, the people of Louisiana pay for? You're talking about walking the walk. Oh, if they're going to ram this climate change nonsense, a new Green Deal down our throat, why don't we ground the whole fleet? Maybe we can sell them off, or maybe, you know, if we don't want to sell them, someone else will use them. Maybe we can just, recycle the parts.
Well, I think there are a lot of private planes in the various agencies. I can tell you, for the reason that we just talked about, when I fly back and forth to my home, to my state, I always fly commercial, and I always ride in coach for that reason, because people see you and judge you by your actions. I don't mean to wax too philosophical here, but the famous existential philosopher Sartre used to say, to be is to act, that all we are is the sum of our actions. And what you do is what you believe, and everything else is just conversation. So you do, Sean, have to lead by example. And I
don't
think
buy the premise, though, Senator. I'm not believing we actually have a net reduction in CO2 without the Paris Accords. I see China's emitting more of these gases than anybody. Same with India. And we're bearing the brunt and the burden of the entire world. I'm not buying that.
Well, here's the irony of all of this. The three largest emitters in the world of CO2 are China, number one, the United States, number two, and India, number three. And only one of those three countries has actually reduced over the past decade its greenhouse emissions, and that's the United States of America. I think most Americans believe in an all-of-the-above energy policy. Oil, gas, wind, solar, nuclear, hydrogen, geothermal. But they're also commonsensical enough, Sean, to know that we can't run the greatest economy in all of human history without oil and gas. And I think that President Biden, in that respect, is living in la-la land. With all due respect.
I agree. I think struggling cognitively weak and frail, too,